Welcome to another episode of Chat with Chatto.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Jason Ramos with Good Vibes Real Estate Solutions. Welcome to another episode of
Chat with Chatto. Welcome guys. Welcome back on a Wednesday afternoon. I appreciate your tuning into our YouTube channel. And today is something very important to tell you. A lot of people don't realize this, but real estate has almost nothing to do with houses.
What? What do you mean it has nothing to do with houses?
Very little. Very little.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's a people business in all different aspects. So
Right.
first aspect we want to look at is, the people that support you and actually wanting to get involved in the business and be successful in the business and that prop you up. So how'd that look like in your life?
Man, so when we first started, wow. It was just, I definitely wasn't doing this alone. I had a lot of people in my life just guiding me along the way. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I was given by an older gentleman that's been doing, business, not real estate, but business. He said, don't do it on your own. Partner up. He said, you'll never do it all alone. He must have seen like I had fear in me or something, and I was holding myself back. And he said, partner up. And that just hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like I was trying to do everything by myself. And I was taking these courses, and every time I would apply what I learned, I would hit a roadblock. One of the roadblocks was, oh, you need a proof of funds letter. Okay, so now I'm scrambling to get a proof of funds letter. Oh, you need a mentor. Now I'm looking online to find a mentor. And it was just like every single thing that I was doing, I hit a block. And it was just like, he was like, stop, partner up. He was like, and as soon as that happened, it was like, the earth opened and the music was like, ah. And I kid you not, probably like a week later, I ran into this guy, and it was just like, we had so many similar interests. He was breaking into real estate. He'd done real estate in the past, but he was looking into wholesaling. I was also looking into wholesaling. We were into website design, and he was into website design. So we just had this chemistry, and basically it wound up that I was let go from my job. So I had all the time in the world. He had a full-time job working 12 hours a day. So he had no time. So he had the money, no time. I had no money, but all the time in the world. So it was like marriage made in heaven. So we started linking up, and we did our first couple of deals together. And he was paying for the marketing, and I was going out there dealing with the sellers. So it was like we perfectly met at the right time. So that was one of the biggest things for me.
I know, and then for me, obviously, when we first started, I was working full-time. My job as a pharmacist. At the time, I was working for CVS overnights. That's why the shifts were so long. But that being said, it's like I had to like make a decision. Like, am I going to jump in to wholesaling and do it full-time? Is this going to be, my entrance into real estate full-time? There's a lot of fear and doubt that came up. It's very difficult to leave a position, that I've been doing for however many years it was, 15, 20 years, whatever. I have to do math in my head, but to leave that and leave the steady, like I get a paycheck every other Friday, boom, 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 like being set like that to like, okay, I'm going to get paychecks when I get paychecks, and I'm going to have to, and then like the support I got from my wife, like for her to be able to say, yeah, go ahead, go, I believe in you, go and make it happen. Not a lot of people get that, and I appreciate that support that I got from her on that. Also, like I had to get out of my head and get my mindset right in order to actually have the courage to make that move. And I had to speak with I spoke with a lot of different men in my life, a lot of different real estate investors that have already done it, that have already made it, that have already gotten to the other side, and got advice from them and knowledge from them so I can get myself in the right position to do so, Then obviously with Jay as my partner, supporting me and just like helping me get the deals, get those first couple deals done. Because if I didn't have those first couple deals done and that proof of concept that like, wow, this works, I can wholesale a property and just generate this chunk of cash, like, okay, cool. So that was tremendous for me.
And for me, what kept me going was I made a promise to myself when I was let go from my job. I promised myself, I said, I will never, ever, ever in my life work at another company again. And I kept that promise. And I'm going to tell you, it was rough. You know, that first year, 2 years or whatever, you know, there were times where it was like, damn, I don't even have money to put gas in my car. But I said, no, this is going to work. And I believed in it 100%. And I knew that what we were doing was the right thing. You know, we spent a lot of time, you know, setting up our business, working on it. So we weren't really, you know, dealing with customers. We were making videos on YouTube. We were, you know, just putting ourselves out there, just building a brand. And I knew that I wasn't going back to another job ever again. And this is it. This is going to work. Hell or high water. We were going to make this thing work. So we had that 100% commitment. And there were times where, you know, I was down in the dumps. He bailed me out.
Yep.
Vice versa. You know, he's down in the dumps. Come on, man. We got this. So we always kept each other up. There were times where we were ready to like throw the towel in. But it was like, no. What's the alternative? The alternative is going back to jobs. Hell no. Hell no. That's not an option for me. You know, I'm unemployable, and so is this man.
Absolutely.
So it's like this thing has to work. And we made tweaks along the way. We figured that, you know, we can't do it all alone, so we started hiring people to do certain parts. We had to eliminate stuff from our plate, but without those conversations and without those people in our life to begin with to get us on that right path, this thing might have never happened.
Yeah, and another piece of it, like you talk about, like we had to get people hired and do that. That's one thing I love about being a business owner is in the growth of the business. Like it's like you get, I know as we go, I get to a plateau. It's like, okay, now what do we need to do to get to the next level?
Right.
And getting to that next level not only is doing what needs to get done to get to the next level, but more importantly, you know, becoming who I need to become to get to the next level. And that's kind of those roadblocks that I come up against is, even though I know what I need to do, becoming who I need to be to do what I need to do the right way. Man, if that makes sense.
You hit that on the head. You have to be it here first. Anything that you want to be in life, you have to manifest it in your mind. I'll give you a small example. When I was like 23 years old, 24 years old, I was at, you know, at my job. You know, I was the youngest person there. I wanted to be management. And everybody was like, they'll never hire you. This manager will never hire you. You know, I was a young guy. And I said, what are you talking about? I'm management already. And then I dressed the part. I started coming in with my button-up shirts and my slacks on. And I took the classes. You know, I started taking management courses. Next thing you know, I got an interview. I didn't get it that time. But he was like, my manager was like, wow, you did much better than I thought you would have. And guess what? Like 2 months later, somebody retired. He's like, all right, this is your chance. You ready? I'm putting you in. And it was like, wow. I was here. I was it here first. And there was nothing that anybody was going to tell me that I wasn't going to do it. And it happened. And everybody was shocked. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I was younger than every single person that I was managing at the time. But it was all a belief that I knew that I can do it. So I knew that this thing is going to work the same way. And that's the same belief that I put into this. And anything that you're going to do, you got to believe it. You got to be it. So what you said was absolutely true. You got to become it first, mentally, before you do it.
Absolutely. So you know, where are you getting stuck in your business? Who are you relying on? Right? Like, think about these things, and you gotta figure out like where you're getting support in your life to get past these things and be successful. So as always, you could reach out to us at questions@goodvibesre. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love for this to be a conversation, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Next week. Take care, guys.
Good vibes always.
Always.